I don't care. What we're doing now is our landscape inspection here at Waterside. So what we're gonna do is meet up with the landscaper and walk the bushes with him. Make sure all stuff's tip top. Be for mulch. That's what we're doing. We're looking to be ready for mulch. That's what we're doing. So we'll run over here real quick, see where we stand. Just thought I'd take you guys with me. It's very weird the way you become like dependent on live streaming. It's very weird. It's very addictive. It's very weird like that. And now when I'm driving in a car, I don't want to listen to the radio. I want to have a live stream going. And it's ridiculous. It's more than a little ridiculous. So let's go over here. I'm gonna have this super stream. See how this goes. See how this old landscape visit goes. Let's get on it. Somewhat a stressful role that I have, especially when I have to deal with contractors that aren't or have not been doing their jobs or have been failing, whatever their excuse is. For me, I always give people a room to fix things, but I gotta tell you, this guy dodged it for the better part of 8 months. So he's a professional dodger instead of a professional worker. And having to work against that is extremely challenging. Extremely challenging. So let's go get it done real quick. Let's go get it done real quick. Let's go see how this goes. Yeah, boy. This person is swerving all over the place. No idea where they're going or something. People be like that. You know, watch out for them. Alright. We have landed. We have landed. Alright, let's go find out what's what over here. Let's see. We'll go see what all this is about. Working on some of them. ready for mulch. You can't mulch over all this shit. Alright, we're finally to the point. I don't have to fucking talk about shit. Jesus Christ.
Hot bitch today.
Yeah, it's a Texas day.
Yes, sir.
Day. I-1, everything looks a whole lot fucking better. A whole lot fucking better. But we're not quite ready. So let's take it as what it is. So we're not quite ready. And so I think the best thing for you to do is grab a piece of paper and walk with you. And I think that's just the best way to handle it. That way you got clear notes or whatever. Pretty good back there, so that bed back there, the big bed.
Yeah.
you want to include that in your mulch refresh. So we want that refreshed, all right? Can I bring your guy with us?
Yeah. Hey, Darren.
Can I use your hands?
Yeah.
I don't mean to be bossy or nothing, but go ahead and yank that one and yank this one. So let's get those on out of there. And try to get down a bit further. Like get your hand more into the root there.
I'm gonna get it.
You can yank that one out of there. Just yank it out like this. Just throw it out. When, you know, when I talk about being ready, you know, all that needs to be cleaned out, right? And it doesn't matter if you use the mulch.
Yeah.
What really matters is that when you're blowing it out, you're saving your ass by not blowing it this year. See what I mean? And so it doesn't matter what you use at this point because you're bringing new mulch in, right?
Yeah.
And so we don't want to mulch over this stuff. That's far from my goal. What it'll do is it'll give you an opportunity to blow these rocks real hard too. You see what I mean? Like if both of y'all are sitting there with blowers blowing that out, those rocks are going to clean up pretty nice. And you know, you and I have walked this before. You know what to do back behind this thing, gut it out and blow it all out front there.
Yep.
So let's get them. And you know, these acres were ready. I don't feel like we're going right. And so let's get them clean.
We do still have to blow. We have not blown.
Oh yeah. I see.
So-
I see that. And I'm not harping. I'm just saying, hey, let's get them.
And I just
perfect,
redid
right?
the undercarriages on this. I redid the top.
Yep.
We blew off the top, so a little bit is sticking up still. So I'm gonna do one more run to make sure we're even.
What I would do here is start fading it a little.
Yeah.
And every visit that you come, fade it another inch.
So it's straight with those.
You're not going to be able to get it because that root's been put forward.
Yeah.
All right. So they planted it forward, and that's why you need to shave it because if you
don't
knock
stick.
out a bunch at once, you'll have a gap there in front of this whole bush. That's why I say just take an inch off. Come back next week, take an inch off. You know, and that way you never ruin the bush because what we'll have is this big dark spot right here.
Took about that much off of it today.
Yeah. Now,
But
but you see what I'm talking
I
about
can
there.
take that much more off before I leave.
Hey, and that's okay. That's okay.
Okay.
And so over here, we're looking pretty good. And I know you haven't blown yet, but I want to make it a point. You have some of these tree systems that are good, but you got some that it looks like we walked in or something. You see what I mean?
I fixed 3 of them today. That it just like I could see footprints in them.
That's okay. Dude was over here spraying, whatever. We'll blame him, whatever. But you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So when you come back with your mulch, you want that to be right at all of the trees. And exactly how you did it there, dig it out around the base as far as you can go. If you got to go fingertips in soil, do it.
Yeah.
Because what we don't want is water water ponding up around the base of it. We want it to go down, right?
Yep.
And
That
so,
needs to be dug out.
well, dug out, blown
Little bit
out,
more.
cleaned up, you know, and all of these need a mulch refresh. So all the mulch should look identical across the property at one time, right? So I shouldn't be, well, we mulched these 6 weeks ago, right? Because that's what's got us this lighter color already,
All
right?
right.
So when you come in, it's all perfect brown. Do the whole thing, right? And so here again, we've got a lot of blowing that still needs to take place. And you know, I know that you're not there yet, but you know, readiness would really call for all this to be blown out real good. And again, with these rocks, I would power team these rocks. So once you blow out this gut here, right? Blow it this way, and then both y'all stand here and jackknife those rocks. You're gonna get pounds of leaves out of this. I ain't saying move them and wash them or anything. The blowers are gonna kind of shake them.
Yeah.
Just get what
they'll
you
knock
can.
a few out.
Yeah, for sure. But make sure you clean up all these leaves
Yeah.
because these are about to compound on you, right? Like you got winter coming.
We're blowing out all the shrubs before we go.
So winter's coming. We want all this clear. Thank you for this. And so you got a little technique going there. Now what you can do is get an extra piece of equipment that's a single hand.
Yeah.
It'll have a 12-inch. He'll be able to move a lot faster with that. You won't need two people over there. He'll just grip it himself, pick up his tool and cut it, right? But you're on the right path. But there again, we can't cover all this. We got to clear all that out, right? And again, we don't even have much more. It doesn't matter what you do around the different over here is pretty solid, but I would encourage you to go back through your plants.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can see 5 places from here that I would have done more work, right? You see right here? Yeah. And you see we got these tall grasses coming out that don't match the rest of our plant. So if you have that, right? And it may be the plant, it might just be an old something, you see what I mean? But you want to put your hands on it and make sure. Because that's what I'm going to do. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to walk over to it and say, oh, is this my plant or is this something else, right? And then over here, it looks like you hadn't done it, which is fine. I ain't saying take an inch off everything. You have some grabbers sticking out, like I would say this dude right here is sticking out. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was just saying, do a nice little one. Don't chop into the plants much, okay? You don't want to create a bunch of work for yourself while doing it. You see what I mean? But nip it a little bit, get your trawler. You'll see an old trawler. Hang right here. I'll show you. See him?
Yep.
See him?
I'll show you.
So you don't want to take off this much bush. You'll be out here fucking with leaves for the next 3 hours, right? So just hit your knickers, right? You see right here?
Yeah.
Restore your wall, right? You cut this wall in, right? You did that with me, right? Now over here, you got a bunch of just riffraff. And I understand you hadn't blown over here yet, but it just looks like there's more that we should do over here to me. I would at least pull something big out of this bunch right here, right? Like maybe even that one or something.
Okay.
Because it's too clusterfucked anyway, right?
Okay.
The plants are too mature for the proximity. When we initially install, we install heavy, so you can't see the big giant gaps between plants, right? We should always come back and yank one, right? So that middle row, I'd probably hit that. And all these dudes look dead here to me, bro. This dude, he's gone, man. He's super
All that
screwed.
shit's gone.
Look, all of this here. In an effort to keep it uniform, I would clear all these. I would go ahead and yank them out, blow all this shit out, get all this shit real clean. And this whole strip of rock here,
What's that thing called? That big cement rock?
This is the fire, they have the fire line where the water got zip dog in. But you see these rocks, like y'all gotta blow that shit out. Like there's no reason all that shit. Right? Look down your rocks over there. You got all the weeds and stuff, right? And so these rocks really need to be cleaned up, right? And I can't have you do more DT until that happens. You see what I mean? So all of this affects whether or not you get the weed fleshed up and how quickly that money comes, right? And so I think that's not easy to do. It's just some extra little details. It really, and on your next visit, once these details are done, your next visit, okay, see what I mean? And you're effectively going to feel that next visit, but you won't be able to be here, right? But what's going to happen is this stuff, you'll get a couple crawlers, it'll be a 1 minute walk that pushes you, right? And so if you have 2 guys, it's 3 hours in. Yeah, so if you get out early, it shouldn't be because we didn't catch those nickels, right? Now, over show you that Texas willow in the corner right there. See the whole bottom of it? Like those 6 branches that are around the base, all over. Then, if you get up top over there, we got the furry trunk tree. All over. You can't touch these trees that often, they're still too young. You can't do too much to them. So it's that main one right next to Mick Ortho's front, right? They got the furry bush tree. You'll see what I mean on the trunk. All these trunks are nice and clean, whereas that one, you can see it from here. It's like a hairy dick. And so both of those, you know, get the hair off your trunk. And then this one right here, about the bottom 6 branches around it. Get all that knocked down. That'll clean you up for winter, you know. And you got your buzzers out today.
Yeah.
See this tree right here? I'll stand right here, I'll just show you. So I would hold it up and go like this. I'd catch these right here and here. In 2 months, they'll stop growing. So if you wait 2 more months, you're going to have an ass ton of shit to pick up, and sticks and all sorts of shit. So you're really costing yourself again, whereas you're going to blow all this shit anyway. The whole parking lot is supposed to be blown, right?
Trim the end of your side of that?
That's exactly right. And look at your other ones here. You know, if you can reach it reasonably like this, that's only 7.5 foot. You see what I mean? Like the average SUV is 7 foot. So we want to be over all of those things, right? But right now, it's a very minimal amount of work for you, so it doesn't tack on your time. And that's where I'm going.
Needs gas.
And I don't know about holding those up over here, looking upside down.
No, they're fine.
They're fine? Okay, I don't know. So,
For the grass feature.
yeah, it is actually. It's like fiberglass. So you look pretty good. Everything looks pretty good. Pay attention to your trash. We've got a lot of trash stuck in bushes and stuff.
Yeah.
So you can skip your mowing, skip your edging, all that stuff. Everything's fine. The grass is fine.
Oh, is this stuff for next week?
Huh?
Is this list for next week?
I don't know how you're going to handle it because you got to mulch and you got to mow next week.
Okay.
And so I would guess that you really need to mow before you mulch so you don't bring in a bunch of grass cuttings instantly.
Yeah.
And I would tell you there's a few places to brush up a little. You see this bush right here?
Yeah.
It's so much different than the way you have the rest of them, right? So it pops out, so it sticks out, right? And kind of the same thing right here. I would gap all that down there. You see, it's got that little green thing growing right there coming out of the ground. I would chop everything right there. These other trees right here, and this should not really be part of your deal, so this should be a charge for this. Likely an hour or two. I would guess at least an hour. Okay. And I would do the same thing right here. I would stand right next to it just the way you are, and anything that's underneath your head, I would clear it off. So, you see what I mean? Now, this one's going to cost you a few minutes, but the next 5 don't. You see what I mean? And there's only a couple little things to hit right there, right? And it's the same thing here. You see this thing? Let's bulb it up. See what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not saying you got to go over there and cut a bunch of shit off the branch. Just out here at the edge, bulb it up where it's not going to grow into our bushes, right? But this line of trees right here is not in our beds or anything like that. I can't tell you it's part of the contract. So I would definitely charge at least an hour or two over here. But, you know, get all that cleaned up. You know, the whole run. The trees, aren't necessarily what we planted, we left them in place. See what I mean?
Yeah.
So we tore other trees out and left this line on purpose, right?
Yeah.
And so we wanted blockage between us and that gas station there. So most of this is pretty good. Like I wouldn't trim nothing on this thing. I wouldn't even touch it, you know?
Right.
Same thing here.
But that little guy.
This next one right here.
Yeah.
He's a little bitch, right? He's being a little bitch. But I would go ahead and get these furries. They're just going to get worse on you, you know? And some of them are literally, you know, it's just a walk through here, you know? So this stuff should come down pretty easily. And you might consider cutting this whole run out.
Okay.
You might consider that.
I would.
I would do it now before it gets much older, that's for sure. You might hit something like that, you see?
Yeah.
You look at that and say, well, shit, let me get that, you know? That doesn't look very nice, you know? And so, you know, use some judgment when you walk up to the tree and say, oh, you know, should I get that furry out of there? Of course I should, you know? And it would really be the same thing here. You probably got 2 hours here. No problem. No problem. All right, so if you follow this wall straight out across the drive, start weed eating right there and hit it all the way up to that tree right there. You see that sliver I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And into there. I ain't saying do it every visit, but you need to get that done, right?
Is that part of the contract?
Nope. No. This is totally stuff you don't have to maintain. You're being asked to hit it one time so it doesn't get all out of line. You see how it is already? But you can see right where to start, right? So right there. And just go to your tree line, right? Wrap the tree line. And I don't care if you hose down all this shit, all this rock stuff. You can hose it down with the chemical if you want to. I mean, you got to yank the trees out and shit, right? Get rid of them. Like these tall ones, that fucking dead thing there or whatever. But after that, you can come in with that spray and hose all this shit down. Anything underneath this rock pile. And we're having a problem with vagrants, so I don't want to have people tended behind this grass. You understand? And so I had to put those signs up, mirrors on the dumpster and shit. And
yeah, I almost called you one day. I was sitting there facing that dumpster, and this crackhead just goes in there.
Yeah.
And I laid on my horn for a good minute, and he poked his head up right there, stared at me. Just laid on my horn again. He goes, and walked. I was like,
yeah, dude, it's so much fucking trouble, dude. So, you know, that's like a little spot for him to hang out right there. You see it? It's where he's putting his blanket and shit. So I want
over here.
Well, if you look right towards that little tree run right there, it's a nice flat spot right there.
Yeah.
That'd be a great spot for me to put my back there, you know. But, you know, more importantly, you're not seen from the main road here.
Right.
And, you know, we have...
clear that out.
That's right.
That'll change the thing.
They'll go over and they use my power plug there, but they don't usually stick around close to the building. So that usually catches everybody's attention on the planet,
I
right?
went ahead and weed-eated this entire area again because it was pretty high, pretty tall.
Yeah, you know, to me,
Did that last week.
to me, I would get some fucking tannerite and hose all this shit down. There's no reason for it. Huh? Tanner, T-A-N-E-R-I-T-E. You know, you could dig a 5-gallon bucket hole in the ground, pour you some sawdust down in the bottom of that hole, don't like that, right? Pour you about that much tannerite on top of it, right? Run you a fuse out of it. Pack the rest of it with some more sawdust. I'm talking almost a 5-gallon bucket of sawdust and light that fuse. And you run the fuck, okay? And you don't do that in the city. You make sure you're way the fuck out.
I've never messed with no tannerite, but I've seen videos of it on Demolition Ranch.
Yeah,
that shit's fucking awesome.
That shit's awesome,
That
brother.
shit's fucking awesome.
Send the refrigerator 200 foot, dude.
See, I made a fucking sparkler pipe bomb one time on 4th of July, but I've never done no tannerite.
That'll.
That sounds
Wait,
badass.
what were you saying about tannerite?
Tannerite and
it's
sawdust.
Kind of a like. It goes boom. It makes a little mushroom cloud. But yeah, hit that, and you know the deal. You just like you did this side. You don't have to go much, down that ridge or anything. Nobody's trying to sleep on this fucking ridge.
Okay.
And I'm glad you got that tree out of here.
Yeah.
That tree was getting serious. One thing to concern yourself with, you see that path going that way?
Yep.
And I don't know how far you went there. We can go over there and look. Let's just go over there and look. But let's keep it clear too. I would prefer a line against that wall, like the edge there. You know what I mean? So take your weed eater and turn it up
Yeah, I got it.
and run down it the way you do in the front here. That's what I would prefer. We had a snake go in that door. They got a video of it happening. Sent it to me. I was like, what do you want me to do, huh? Yeah, I would have finished off that path. You got,
I did. It grew back. I did that whole fucking run.
So I would use that tree line still, right? And it looks
But
like,
when I recut the other day, I stopped right there. I just because I was trying to get to that tree and it was waist high. I was like, oh fuck this.
but yeah, get us a 4-foot run all the way. And this actually looks pretty nice. So look, all the weeds are gone, all the extras are gone. You can see stuff now, right? You can see definition in it now. And I would almost tell you to yank whatever you're not happy with. This would be a good time to yank it. That way when we go into the cooler season, we have a little bit on our side here. So those things underneath that window, you see the ones that look like cauliflower?
Mm-hmm.
But then closer to
right
us,
behind it.
all those brown dots, like they get nice, but it's only once a year, dude. It's a bullshit plant. He's a liar is what he is. He's a fucking asshole is what he is. But I would yank those.
It's about to start getting nice again.
Well, yeah, that's the
And then
problem.
it'll die again before winter.
That's exactly right. It's going to give us its month of glory, and then the rest of the year it's going to look like a little asshole. Well, we get one in spring
It
too
blooms
from
in spring and fall.
yeah. But again, look at the rest of these. Those things that are red right
Do you
there.
want me to go ahead and yank those now or let them bloom through fall?
No, I would yank them. I would
Okay.
yank them. I would yank them and have your beds ready. Look down there. You see the grass he's growing in under the lantern-looking one. So there's 3 things sitting there.
Oh, yeah.
The third one right at the bottom of it is actual grass or some shit.
Well,
Maybe
that's-
it's something. Yank that shit.
that's a hibiscus.
So you see what I'm talking
It's
about?
one of these. It looks like grass, but from like over there it looks like grass, but it's really one of those.
Yeah, you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
though?
I see.
Yank that pivot there, that curve. You got the
Alright.
big bush with the red on it, right at the
Grass,
bottom of it.
curve,
It's like coming out or some shit. Really, this back here should be very sculpted, right? And you should use it as a practice area. Like if you fuck up one of those big bushes by making our stone path show, nobody's gonna say shit, But let's get the stone path showing, and get your new mulch in for all this area. The way you were grabbing those grasses in there and bunching them up,
Yeah.
you're gonna need to do that here to determine what you can pull out of here, because half this fucking thing is dead, half that one's dead. And that's just the nature of it. That's the actual way it grows. Half of it's always fucking dead. It's the half that is touching the ground that always dies, right? So as long as it stays up in the air, it's cool, right? But you see it over there. Everything touching the ground is all shitty looking, and it don't even have like a good look to it. Or I don't know why they picked that shit. It's just kind of horrible. Sometimes I wonder about these doctors, bro. But it's not the doctors that pick it. So they signed off on it,
Right.
but they didn't actually do the picking of the plants.
Yeah.
I would do the same thing here. This is that one I already trimmed up. So I came in and did it one morning, and I did so because all this, you can see my trim lines here, all this was over here. So if you ever have anything on the walk path, it's got to go, and it's got to go far enough that somebody doesn't get stuck in the eye, especially little Katie. Yeah, we'll have a fucking bullshit thing on that. So you see why I cut the way I did. So I want to keep the shape of the tree. I like the
Right.
bulkiness. Everybody likes that, right? So I do this number. You know, it's like a half moon that direction. But you know, get rid of this. You know, it's pointless. This is pointless. These are pointless. Even I'd say take that one out too. That Y right here, that's cool. But I'd take those other ones out. And
Trimming trees is part of the contract.
this one really should be because it's just out of line. It would have been something that you walked past, right? This thing over here would never get anything if you ever got it. And that backyard back there, those should both be special line items. And it just needs to be a line item that says that clearly. 1 hour. You know, so even if it's 6 hours that you tack on a bill, I don't care. What it needs to say is 1 hour was for this task, right? 1 hour, 2 hours for this task, right? And that's the way that should go. You know, this right here is part of your deal, right?
Yeah.
You should be making sure these aren't on here, right?
Yeah, it's on the
And so this is kind of different. Now, so if you don't do anything to it for 10 months, that's not really my deal, right? I pay for the extra stuff, but this should just be naturally part of it, right? And usually it's, you know, a 30-second thing. It doesn't have to be turned into a workload, right? Like sometimes we talk about things like, oh shit, that's a pain in the ass. Like we just did that in 13 seconds, you know? Through here, things were growing back. See, now I know exactly what's going on. As a weed eater, before you're walking like this, and you've got an angle in your weed eater, and you're being doesn't like that, I need you to turn your angle up. 9 times out of 10, all you got to do is actually come from the other side. That'll change your whole angle naturally, because you're walking like this, and you're already angled that way. So when you do the other direction, it's going to lift your angle back up. You see what I mean?
So you want more of an angle or less of one?
No, y'all chopped this whole foot out, dude. I sent you the picture of it. You can look at it. Now we look twice as good, but it was a weed eater width here,
Yeah.
and it was tilted like that. So I knew what it was, which is fine, right?
I know, but I'm still confused. You want it flat or you want
Yes,
it tilted?
I want it flat and edged. So you'll turn that weed eater up and basically ride it down the wall to get your edge, right?
Yeah.
But as far as what we did through here, now I ain't saying it's going to come out much better looking, but it's not going to be dipped down in dirt, right? And so that's the same thing that's happening here. This is what I was mentioning to you. These are cut blades. That's a circle right there.
Yeah.
You see it? You see it?
Yep.
And so what you're doing now is you're extending us. And remember, our original line was here, and I used to think you were riding the mower tire through it.
Yeah.
And now we're out to here. You see, you put a foot on my beds here, and you know, realistically, it's kind of ruined. You know, normally I would tell you to put grass down. But that's what I would tell you if you screwed up the tree like that. You know, we got an extra foot now. I'd say now it's about time you put some grass pallets in that play. You see what I mean? As it is, the wider bed. I'm the only one that knows it's wrong. Docs don't. Nobody else cares, right? But you got to fix it, right? So you
Yeah,
gotta
when we bring in new mulch, we'll clean this up and it'll be a bigger.
bring mulch out to here. You know, I want this grass back. So stop doing this.
Okay.
You get it all fucking over the place, man. And again, you have a rotation on the top of that thing. It needs to be rotating out. So when you are working these things, you don't want to go to where it's rotating in. You're chopping and kicking things this way. You can get the weed eater right now. I'll show it to you. Right? But you want to go this way, so you're shooting shit out there, and then you can run over that shit with your mower. And the same thing with your mower. All right, now you need to go look at that STL and find out if there's at least a mulch kicker. I think you've got some options on that thing. I went and looked. I wasn't unsurprised. So there was some accessories out the wazoo.
Yeah.
You're getting to a point to where you might have to start picking up mulch.
So that would be something you have to add. That means you can't leave it on the grass. You blow it all into a pile and you take it with you. Yeah. You would blow the grass just like it's concrete. So we would be, all this shit wouldn't be here. Because you just mowed, these would be gone. A lot of times you could take these boss and just throw them down like that and nobody does. Any of those branches like this, that's the way this type of stuff grows. You fucking do that, dude. You might come back next week and that shit's growing for you. But, we might get to a point there. So another thing that happens is the mulch kills the grass. So it suffocates it. So you don't get any sun, you don't get any water down to it. And so it's really, really bad. And I don't want to press the buck on it right now because it's a costly thing bringing in sand for each of these beds, but I still can't stand the lumpiness. It's really irritating to have a bed that should have been actually trimmed out and flattened out. When we build, we can't ask for that. And the reason for that is because they can't provide it. It's not like they could, and they're choosing not to do it. They can't because we go through mud settling, right? So we had to build the curb, we had to build the parking lot, right? So there's just a pile of dirt there. We remove some of it, the rest of it settles in the rain, right? But, and this is actually a poor example, but I like nice beds because your mulch field looks good too. Your mulch field doesn't look like it's on the fucking planet Mars, right? And so I don't want to press on that stuff right now. But these two look fine. You might hit the bottom of those real quick, but you got to blow out all this shit, man. You got to blow this shit out. This grass cuttings, everything, right? We haven't cut grass in 2 weeks or something. So get all your beds. You got it over there too. And it's the same thing. We're bringing new mulch in. So most of the time I would understand your care, but hold on, dude, I don't want to blow everything out. And you'll see me up here with a blower like this, dude, like trying not to blow shit out, but get them clean so we're ready for the mulch. And I think you need like the fucking old trailer of mulch, dude. It's not
at least one.
It's not a little bit.
At least one. I can carry 2 scoops. I think I'm gonna need 3, or maybe 4. I think I'm gonna need 4 scoops. It's gonna be 2.
I would encourage you to do it like this. Run down there, get your trailer filled, come out here, drop little piles of it, go back, get your next one. I don't want 3 visits on mulch. I want it knocked out.
No, it'll be knocked out today. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
While my guys are spreading it,
you'll run back and get the second.
That's right.
Okay. And so don't forget to get all these volcanoes done, as I'm gonna call it. And make that show soil there. That's okay. Make it show the soil right there, and keep your rim there. And I have a particular interest in that. I want to make sure this thing's not broken. All right, and I think it is. Wow, this whole fucking tree.
Lovely.
Yeah, I've seen him do this before, man. It's got so much movement in it.
Yeah.
That I'm a little concerned it's cracked down there or something. And so, you see right here?
Yeah.
See that wet line?
Yeah.
That's a permanent wet line.
Girdling.
I want you to dig this out so that wet's not quite so up there. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And that way, we don't have stuff retaining the moisture above ground. You understand?
Yes.
And so that will eat through the trunk of the tree. It'll literally eat through it, dude. I don't want to fucking replace these trees yet. It's $1,500 for me to go buy one this age. You see what I mean? And I don't want to go through it. Hey, this bed's looking real good. I don't want to put nothing back yet. So forget about those plants. Just wipe it clear. Whatever the fuck that thing is, that the same thing? And it just doesn't have any yellow on it. It's just growing like a crown in the middle there. I like what you did with that circle there.
Oh yeah.
But is that what
Cut that line. It pissed me off.
Irritation. Okay, that is that plant, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's
okay.
a big ass plant.
Uh,
I have no idea what that is.
the fir bush?
but I fucking love it.
Yeah, it's a furry bush, dude. I can't believe it. It lives so well. Get this more.
More?
Yeah. Get him out of that zone right there. So it looks like what you should do is a curve right here. You see? We'll cut all this out. Oh yeah, look. It was way back there, bro. So yeah, just do a round though. You see what I mean? Just round it off. And anywhere that you're encroaching, you already got your. Huh? Is it more than one?
Turn it back.
I don't see any real reason to move it, boss. Yeah, let's leave it. Let's leave it. We got plenty of stuff we can go dig up. But that way it doesn't seem like we do the same thing here. Round that off more and get you a better gap right here. See what I mean? And it's just detail work. It's just detail work. Some of this next week, but you want it all uniform and really you want it all perfect before you know it. And then on your next visit, even though it's going to be 2 crawlies, those are the 2 you chase down.
I don't know why this flag's here. Can you remind me?
You had weeds there.
It was just weeds.
Yeah, you had weeds there, and I think you had somebody out here early this morning.
Yeah.
He seemed to really be paying attention to stuff. Beds look good.
Yeah, I couldn't remember what that flag was for, so I just left it.
And listen, this is kind of where your standard should be. You see what I mean?
Yes.
And so it really is all about how you want to get out of here. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So if next week you don't walk these beds the way you have today, you're going to end up doing this again. You see what I mean? What's that?
I don't want to do all this.
Oh no, nobody fucking wants to, dude. Nobody wants to. But the you know, this dude here. And when the place is maintained, you can effectively manage it too. You see what I mean? Like everything's really based on you doing it every visit. You see what I mean? Because if you don't, these things just get out of fucking hand, you know? And that's when it becomes a hassle for everybody, right?
Yeah.
And what's up with these? Can you pull these out or something?
Yeah, okay.
You don't have to do it today. Let me check with them and see what they want me to do. Everything looks pretty good. Everything looks a whole lot better than it did. A whole lot better. I would keep the same uniform, you know, buy yourself some space right here, you know?
Okay.
Thank you for the hard work. Everything looks a lot better. Appreciate that. So you're back Wednesday with the back.
Tuesday.
You're back in on Tuesday. So Tuesday we water.
Tuesday we'll be doing this.
Alright, so Tuesdays we water and Fridays we water. Right?
Okay.
So if you're here on your standard visit Saturdays, I think your interim visit should be on Wednesday. The reason for that is because we owe a visit on the bed. That's what I pay for. Right? And you get a little caught up if you need to. Additionally, you water if needed.
Can't do Wednesdays or
So
yeah, no routes are on those days. Answer my questions.
they expect it. So you know, I don't know what you want to do, but you know, Tuesdays we already water. And so it's extremely not beneficial for that bed back there to not have that extra stock, right?
I guess I can stop the water.
You know, to be real honest with you, that should be a 15-20 minute stock. It really shouldn't be very much.
This valve is turned off.
It's turned off outside of business hours. Alright, so you know, keep that in mind too.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm coming with you. There's nobody here.
And so you know, on those days, I can probably get you in to turn it on and off
you got to call and I'll have to walk you
Yeah, like
through.
Saturdays, I'm wanting to use it every Saturday.
So
That one is. I got to walk all the way back over there and use that one on the back of the
that
building.
one's still on there, right?
Yeah.
That's because it's right in the middle of it. So check this out. What's probably easier to pick up 200 foot of
Go ahead
canvas
and
there.
clean up the grass. Just back that up.
200 foot of canvas hoses is probably so right?
Okay.
Some days I'm gonna answer right now, some days I'm not gonna call. Right? In 10 minutes, you're on out of call. It's not much. You just gotta go through 2 doors, press a button, you got water back on, right?
Yeah.
But if you have a hose with you, you don't have to stop.
Okay.
And the canvas hoses, called Joe Cool hoses, they only take up this much space. So it's less than the size of a basketball for 100 foot of it. And so that probably saves you a little bit. Do that same flow technique. So readiness to me is all this shit. Yeah. But I know you hadn't gotten to that point yet, but I would tell you, those trimmings y'all did from these back, they're still all in. The cleaning part Thank you. All right. Have a good day, Seth. Let's go. Let's go. Shit. Russ, Vegas, and G Bro, what's happening, yeah? Whoosh. Bro, it is fucking hot, man. Jeez, hour. Cost me an hour, bro. Hey. Dang. Whole hour. It's a lot better than what it did, so I have to be somewhat accepting of it. Dang. What's up, people? I heard was blood. I'm glad that is over. Seems almost right. Seems like we're gonna make some headway here. It's really good. Finally, the homies in line a little bit. Jeez. It's so much better than what's been going on. It's fantastic. Something to drink. Something to drink.